What's going on, boys? Crispy G Man here. We're going to be ranking the first week of NFL football. We'll be going over some fantasy football stuff and just some regular football stuff as well. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Hopefully, you enjoy. Peace. All right, boys, we're going to be getting into the first game of the week. We're going to be talking about the Chiefs and the Ravens here. This was honestly a great game, close game the whole time, almost even tied up by Isaiah Likely at the end. Obviously, if he's on your waiver wires, go pick him up. The guy's a dog. Xavier Worthy, dog. Players on both of these teams went off, except for the veteran tight ends. Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce, didn't do too hot. Honestly, I'm going to be thinking about putting Chiefs in the 1 tier. They still look as great as they've always have. Patrick Mahomes is in his element. And I'm going to be putting Ravens in that 2nd tier. I can't put them in that 1 tier yet. I think they're a great team. But obviously, they got some things to work on. Next, we're going to be talking about that Friday matchup. We got the Philadelphia Eagles, fly, baby, and the Green Bay Packers. Honestly, with my Eagles, we looked good, but we didn't look great. I'm going to put them in tier 2. I know it's even a little biased, but I'm going to give them tier 2. There's potential there, but I'm gonna put them there. Honestly, they were tier 2, not until Jordan Love got hurt. Very sorry about that. Don't wish that upon anybody. I'm gonna give him the 3 tier. Once Jordan Love's back in the game, he's gonna be killing it. Jordan Reed went off. Saquon Barkley, 3 touchdowns, absolute dog. Really fun game to watch. Actually, really enjoyed this one. The Arizona Cardinals and the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills scored a lot of points. Didn't really see too much on that defensive side with the Arizona Cardinals going off on them. I'm going to put them in that 2nd tier as well. Arizona Cardinals played well, honestly, but they honestly allowed the Bills a little too many points, but I think they got a good offense. Marvin Harrison Jr., absolutely nothing done from him. He's got you 1.4 fantasy points in a full PPR league. No one else really stood out on that Cardinals team besides James Conner. Trey McBride, if you got potential to go and get him, I would go out and get him. Those Buffalo Bills, they look good. James Cook looked good. Keon Coleman is definitely the wide receiver 1 there. You never saw Kincaid, and Dawson Knox ends up getting more fantasy points than him. Honestly, good matchup, but Cardinals, honestly, I would put them 4th tier. All right, we're going to put them in the 4th tier, just in case. Bengals, I'm putting them in the D tier. I don't know what happened with the Bengals. They looked like absolute butt cheeks. I'm not going to lie. Jamar Chase hasn't been playing at all. T. Higgins out. Zach Moss gets the touchdown. Looked a little shaky over there, but you lost to the Patriots. And I'm going to put Patriots at 4. They got the victory. At the end of the day, they're undefeated. Honestly, don't know a single player in fantasy football on the Patriots. Might even give it to Ramondre Stevenson. We're going to move these actually down to the back because those were the last game. All right, let's talk about those Panthers and that Saints game. Panthers, I wish I could put you on a lower level. You're the worst team in the NFL. Good luck. I wouldn't own a single fantasy player on this team. Bryce Young, it's a disaster over there. You lose to the Saints, a ridiculous amount. Saints look good, but you did that against the Carolina Panthers. We're just going to keep them in that 3 tier. See what they can do. You know, you did that against the Panthers. Browns, we're going to put you at D tier. I'm actually going to put you, I'm going to put you below the Bengals. Yeah, you guys just looked like poop. You're the color of poop. You guys played like poop. I had Amari Cooper. He actually shit the bed. Jerome Ford, definitely the running back 1 over there. Let's talk about that Dallas team. They look fucking sick. It was against the Browns. I got to give it to them. I don't know why I'm putting Dallas above the Eagles, but I am. It makes me sad to do it. Let's talk about the Bears. Your defense won you the game. Oh, by the way, CD looked good on Dallas. Running back room looked a little shaky. Jake Ferguson gets injured. You need a tight end, try and go get Isaiah Likely. Probably not on your waivers, though. Look to maybe try and trade for one of these other tight ends that possibly didn't look too hot. You can definitely try and make something happen there if you had Jake Ferguson. Same with Njoku on the Browns. If you had him, try and go trade for one of these guys that didn't get very many points. Hope there's some upside there. Try and get Trey McBride. You can even try and get Travis Kelce, you know. But yeah, honestly, fantasy players on both sides did well. Nothing too crazy, though. Let's talk about them Tennessee Titans. I'm also going to put them there. These are just the bad teams. I'm not going to lie. Both these teams look terrible. Will Levis looked like crap. Caleb Williams looked like crap. I don't want fantasy players on either team, but they played well. The Buccaneers, Mike Evans, absolute dog. Baker Mayfield, dog. I'll put him above the Bills, below the Eagles. I kind of like that as a little sweet spot there. Mike Evans went off. Chris Godwin went off. Rashad White milks a couple targets there. Baker Mayfield with 4 throwing touchdowns. Absolutely love the Buccaneers. Played well, Baker. Way better than the Browns, I'll tell you that. But yeah, they went up against those Washington Commanders, and they looked like poop too. But let's move the Panthers down because they're just. I don't even want to talk about these teams. These teams played like absolute butt cheeks. All right, next. Yeah, if you have a Commanders player besides Jaden Daniels, good luck. Good luck is all I gotta say. Seattle Seahawks. Kenneth Walker looked like a dog. The defense played well. I'll put them behind the Packers. I think this is a good little sweet spot for Seattle. They played pretty well. Honestly, the Saints played better than them. I'll give them that. Bo Nix didn't look too bad. I'll put him above the Patriots. Didn't look better than Kyler. But yeah, Kenneth Walker did well. The other wide receivers on the Seahawks didn't really see him. I didn't see Geno doing too hot. Same with the Broncos. Bo Nix was playing well. No one I would really want for my fantasy team besides Kenneth Walker in those two offenses. Vikings, what's his name? Sam Darnold. He actually looked like a freaking beast, slinging the rock. I wouldn't say they're too crazy of a team. I'll put them above the Cardinals. They did well. Justin Jefferson did well. Aaron Jones played well as well. They look good. The New York Giants, my girlfriend's a New York Giants fan. I'm not even going to be talking about them today. We're just going to squeeze them in right around there. Yeah, not going to be doing that today. I'd like to sleep in my own bed. The Lions, they look good. But against the Rams, I think they could have done a little bit better. I'm going to put them below the Bills here. I think they're a great team. Like flat out, the way they can run an offense. Honestly, I'll put them above the Bills. They know how to run an offense. Like let's get that out there. Detroit Lions look great. Amon-Ra didn't do much. Same Laporta did okay as well. But you really got the breakout game from Jameson Williams there. He actually killed it. Super sick to see him have a breakout year. And then let's talk about those Rams. You see Puka Nacua get hurt. He's now on IR. You got Cooper Kupp dominating those targets over there. Let's squeeze them in right around. Nah, we'll squeeze them in there. They played well. They did good. Honestly, like that Rams team. They just got to stay healthy. Yeah, they're kind of getting their butt kicked a little bit. Let's talk about the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, rested before the game, comes out, scores a touchdown. Same old. Killing it. I think they're above the Bills. Honestly, let's rearrange this a little bit. We're going to go here. Yeah, we're going to do that. Honestly, I like that. I like the Lions better than the Bucks. But yeah, Dolphins, same old thing. Devon Achane absolutely kills it. Tyreek kills it. Jalen Waddle kills it. It's the Dolphins. They went up against the Jags. Looked a little rough. I'm not going to lie. Besides that rookie, Brian Thomas Jr., if he is on your waivers, go pick him up. They didn't look too hot. I'll probably put him... I'll probably sneak him in behind the Cardinals there. They did well, but they didn't do great. Let's talk about the Raiders. Minshew looked like absolute butt cheeks, but I think he played better than those guys. We'll even give him better than Burrow. Fantasy players on that team, Zamir White, he looked good, looked fast. Devontae Adams got his target, same with Brock Bowers, but Minshew did not look too hot, not looking to get any fantasy players over on that team. The Chargers, J.K. Dobbins, breakout game, looked good. Herbert did not look like Herbert, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, Herbert did not look too great. I'm probably going to sneak him down here. We'll keep him by the Jaguars. They kind of played similar. They played well. Not great, though. We'll sneak him in there. But yeah, J.K. Dobbins, Ladd McConkey got me that sneaky little touchdown. They could be doing a little something over there. Falcons, Kirk Cousins looked like absolute poop. Yeah, we're going to sneak them below. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. Bijan looked like Bijan, absolute stud. Drake London sucked. Kyle Pitts is finally having his breakout year. Of course, when I don't pick him up in my fantasy football draft, so that's awesome. Steelers, if you got the kicker, you did a great job. 6 field goals to win the game. George Pickens, I'm very excited about that. He looks to be the number 1 wide receiver there. Justin Fields didn't look too bad, didn't look too great. I'll probably sneak him above Herbert. I didn't think he played as well as Kyler Murray and the other guys. But I'll sneak him above the Chargers there. Colts, Anthony Richardson, full-blown potential. I'm not going to lie. I believe they didn't win this game, but absolute full-blown potential. The guy has a fucking cannon for an arm. Didn't really notice Jonathan Taylor. Don't really know who the wide receiver 1 is over there. We'll be sure to find out. Alec Pierce had a couple catches. Josh Downs had a couple things were thrown out. A little skeptical on that offense, but Anthony Richardson, definitely QB number 1. He is killing it right now. Houston, they look good. They ended up getting the win, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they played as well as some of these other teams. I think CJ Stroud did a good job. Ooh, I think that's a good spot, but they have so much more potential. I really don't want to put them here. I think they have a lot more. Same with the Packers. I really think these two teams are a lot better. They just got to take that next step. And I think CJ Stroud will get in his element as the season goes on. The Niners, the reason I'm bumping them up to one tier, that Jets defense is insane. And they just absolutely smoked them. They also didn't have Christian McCaffrey, which everybody says that's the reason they win football games. They just did it without Christian McCaffrey. They look great. I hate to say the Chiefs. I hate to look at these three teams up top and say they're my number ones. But at the moment, they played like it. Not very many mistakes. They locked in. They got their victories, and they earned them. So definitely, I would say the Niners are up there. Debo looked great. Kittle looked great. Ayuk, a little shaky, probably because he's missed most of preseason. But Jordan Mason absolutely killed it as well. Jets, they got to warm up a little bit. We're going to put them at the bottom of the 3 tier. Honestly, we're going to put them at the top of the 4 tier. They have potential. I know that defense is stacked. Let Aaron Rodgers get back into the swing of things. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my quick analysis of week 1 of NFL football with a little bit of fantasy in there. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.